today has been a day. You know, the adventures don't stop. You hear me? Uh, but I did want to jump on and do what I could do. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stay on because uh, after I picked up the boys, Junior was like, "Hey, Dad, can I yada 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 at 5 o'clock?" I said, yeah, that's cool." And then as I'm dropping him off, I said, "Well, what time y'all gonna be done?" "Oh, you you go live at 6:30, don't it?" I said, "Yeah." "Well, they said we was gonna be done at 6:30." I said, "Son, just call me, son. Just call me, son." So I just got back to the crib, and we gonna go through the. I didn't get a chance to do a lot uh here at the house today. I was kind of monitoring. I was monitoring the market via cell phone today, via the Trading View app, and I was checking out. Am I delayed? Hello, hello, hello. Look weird. I look delayed. Um, I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna go ahead and break down this DR IDR um position trade that I was just monitoring on my phone. It was based off of a DR confirmation to the upside with a fair value retracement down to the discount where I was looking at. It came right down to where I wanted it to come to, and it was a successful trade. I didn't actually take it in sim because I wasn't at home, and I trade with Ninja Trader, but I was monitoring it on my phone through Trading View so I can. I actually was in the. I don't know where I was at, but I was actually monitoring on my phone. So we're gonna break that down, and because I just want to take y'all on my journey of studying that. I just got put on to that last week, so I'm taking y'all on my journey with me. Um, if this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I like to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in, I still want to say welcome and give you a nice hearty well, thank you for always pulling up the Tim's Tidbit and hanging out with me and my homeboy Spidey back there. He's still chilling by the window. If y'all know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day, Monday through Friday, twice a day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and typically 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the adventures of Super Dad don't stop, so we got on a little early today. So if my son decides to call me at 6:30 and say, "Hey, Dad, I'm ready," we wouldn't have to just end the live abruptly. That way we can go ahead and get out what I want to get out. And if we still fit a fat and around, then I'll be like, "Oh, Junior just called me. It's time to go." And knowing him, he probably won't call me until later, because he probably gonna be thinking, "Well, Dad don't go live until 6:30, so I'll just wait around." But anyway, hit the like button. I do it for the free 99. Hit the like button. Shout out all the cousins that's been asking about how to download the slides and how to download the spreadsheets. I closed the tab. Let me get the link again. I'm just gonna put the link in the description. I'm just gonna put the link in the description and tell you what to do. I need to just put a link for it in the description. Okay. All right. The link that I just put in the description, that's the link to the Google Drive folder. If you click that link, it'll bring you to this Google Drive folder. You can find that link if you go to the description of the video that you're watching now, or any live video that I do. If you go to the description, right, you'll see two playlists. One say ICT Lingo playlist, ICT Concepts Price Action playlist. Either one of those playlists that you go to, it'll take you to the videos, and then you go to any one of the videos in those playlists. In the description, there's a link that says download slides. That link will take you to the Google Drive folder that I just pasted in the description. These are all the slides for the ICT Concepts. This is a PIM one. There's a picture of the PIM- chart, the ICT TD PD array matrix. If you don't understand how to use it, if you want to be a seller, if the market, you wait for the market to come up into the premium above equilibrium, that is, hit the PD array that your trading style calls for, then you sell. If you want to be a buyer, you wait for the market to fall into the discount below equilibrium, if you will, and wait till it hits your PD array that's a part of your strategy, and you buy. That's how you use the PIM- chart. I call it the PIM- chart because this is the order of operations that the algos seek out the PD arrays. Equilibrium, and then when you look up, the old high is the farthest away from equilibrium. And this is the order it looks for. From equilibrium, looking down, the old low is the farthest away. And it's the order it seeks out the PD arrays as it's going down. That's why I call it the PIM- chart, because it's the order of operation. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, right? Y'all remember that from math. Anything, if you want to trade, if you want to shout out Robinson for updating the weekly goal calculator, right? We got a DR IDR tracker that I made right here. If you want any of this stuff that's in here, the way you download it is you don't go there and click download. If you go and try to click download, it's going to tell you can't do it, and you're going to be sending me an email that I ain't going to do nothing. Please stop sending me the emails. Let me say it again. Please, 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 please stop sending me emails. The way you download it is once you open it up, right? You hit file, make a copy. Then you make the copy in your Google Drive. If you don't have a Google Drive, you just, for the folders, you just go in here and you find your computer, right? It'll say my computer, right? I'm in my Google Drive, but see my computer. Find your computer and then save it on your computer. That's how you download it. Don't click download on anything in this folder. Open it up, click make copy as, and then boom. If you want to download everything, I believe if you go over here and click download all, it will zip it right here. No, it ain't on here. Some of them usually say download all and it'll zip it up for you, but this don't say download all. You can't. Oh, that's because I'm still clicked on that probably. Okay. It used to be a little thing over there somewhere that say download all. I don't know where it is in here. Oh, well, just do it like I said. I know it used to be one where it used to say like download all. Nope. I don't know. Just do it like I said it. It's gone. The download all gone. Now, let's get into it. Oh, let me go see who in the chat. Let me see who in the chat. We got a few people in the chat, even though we're doing it early. What's up, Mendez? Hello, Anna. Hello, Elsa. It is raining in Columbus, Georgia now, and it's really cold. Good evening to you, Queen. What's up, Mendez? The Mendez family. What's up, KC? I'm still your boogeyman. That's what I am. What's up, Otis? What's going on? What's up, Laverne? What's going on, Tiffany? That's Tiffany L, everybody. What's going on, Angela? What up, Pamela? Wave Trader. What's going on? What's going on, Derek? What's up, Lamar? What's going on? What's happening, Finest Superman? What's up, Tranisha? Tim, how long did it take you to get your aha moment and become a profitable trader? I got my aha moment at a different time than becoming a profitable trader, right? It wasn't a matter of time for me to be a profitable trader. I knew how to be profitable relatively early, right? Once I got my mindset right, it was all about stop giving my money back, right? It was about stop giving my money back. I kept spiraling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be consistently profitable for like 4 months, and then I spiral. and give back almost everything. Then I be consistently profitable for like 2 months. Then I spiral, start give back most of it. Then I be consistently profitable for about 3-4 months. Spiral, giving it back. So I figured out how to be consistently profitable relatively early. What I had to figure out was how to stop spiraling. You know what I'm saying? So my advice to anybody that's trying to figure out how to be consistently profitable, master yourself first. Figure out you first before you start figuring out how to become consistently profitable. Figure out, don't worry about being profitable. Don't worry about how much money you're making or losing. You know what I'm saying? Work on your discipline. Work on your discipline, right? If you work on your discipline and work on your mental state, that's going to help you with the spiraling. That's going to help you not spiral, right? And then if you learn how to not spiral or learn how to control, you know what I'm saying, that undisciplined part of you, then the most important part or the biggest key to being consistently profitable is risk management, right? It's risk management. And I tell people all the time, right? Start out, no matter if it's sim or real, start out with risking an amount that if you lost it 10 times, it wouldn't make you no never mind, right? So let's say over the course of a month, I'm gonna say this because I'm doing it for easy math, right? Over the course of the month, you would be absolutely cool if you lost $1,000 over the course of a month, right? Right, over the course of a month, if you lost $1,000, you'll be absolutely cool, right? Then you reverse engineer it and decide how much you're going to risk per trade. So if you lost 10 trades in a row, then that'll be your $1,000 that you lost, you know what I'm saying, over that month, right? So then you'd be like, okay, 1,000 divided by 10, that's $100, right? So I could risk $100 per trade, right? Because I'm cool with losing $1,000. This $1,000 is only this much of my portfolio, right? This $1,000 is 0.5% of my portfolio. This $1,000 is 1% of my portfolio, right? You don't want to be risking 20% of your portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna risk 20% of the money that you're trading with, then you want that money that you're trading with to be like 10 or 20% of your entire portfolio. You see what I'm saying? You want it to be, you don't want, you like, if you're going to risk 20% of your trading money, right? Don't let that 20% be 20% of your entire portfolio, right? Carve out like 10% of your entire capital and say, this is what I'm going to use for trading. And then if you want to risk a larger amount, you know what I'm saying? If you want to risk 20% of your trading capital, carve out 10% of your capital, say, okay, this is all the money I'm going to trade with, right? But if you just got your whole account, this is your trading account, right? You'd be like, okay, I'm cool with losing $1,000 in a month, right? That's how much I'm cool with losing that. Then you'd be like, okay, 1,000 divided. Let me get my calculator. I know I'm going deep into this. This ain't what he asked, but this how my mind works. Yeah, man. Okay, right? So, and this is what got me to what people call consistently profitable, right? Because what's consistent? That's relative. That's a relative statement, right? It don't matter if you consistently profitable for a year and then you spiral 2 days and give all your money back. You was consistently profitable. Being consistently profitable ain't the problem. The problem is giving your money back, spiraling, giving it back, right? Over leveraging, right? So you cool with risking, you cool with losing $1,000 in over a month, right? You cool with losing $1,000 over a month. That $1,000 is a half percent of your account. I'm doing these numbers because 1,000 easy math for me. I can do that quick, right? But since I done pulled out my calculator, I probably could do anything, right? Okay. So here we go. 1,000. Let's make it more realistic numbers for everybody, right? You got $2,500. $2,500 is your account, right? You got $25 is your account, right? You say, okay, I'm cool with risking 1% of my account, right? I'm cool with risking 1% of my account, right? So times 0.01. That's $25, right? That's $25. Now you decide you can lose up to $25 if you got $2,500. If you willing to risk 1% of your account, right? You'd be like, but Tim, $25 ain't a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? That I ain't gonna be able to make no money. Okay, save some more money and don't trade yet. All right, I'm gonna do that, Tim. Okay, boom. Now you come back later and say, Tim, I done saved enough money. I done saved $8,000. Let's go there. All right, $8,000 times 0.01. $80, right? Okay, you got $8,000, $80. Okay, cool. I can work with that. I can make something happen with that. I can trade the MES. I can trade some options, you know what I'm saying? And not really be stressed out about it. Okay, boom. All right, now, $80. Now, you say, okay, I can risk $80 and I'm going to risk these $80 over a week, right? Okay, over a week, you're risking $80 over a week. So $80 is your max that you can lose, right? Over this week. 80 divided by 5 is 5 days in a week. 80 divided by 5, right? That's $16 a day, right? If you want to trade every single day, that's $16 a day, right? And you be like, well, Tim, that ain't a whole lot of money. So I don't want to trade every single day. I want to trade 3 times a week. We reverse engineering it. We get into a point where you can feel comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, your risk to reward and what you're going for. Okay, you want to do it 3 times a week. $80 divided by 3, right? That's $26. Just say, yeah, $26 per day if you trade in 3 days a week, right? Okay, boom. I can make something work with $26 a day, you know what I'm saying? But I can really make it work if I only took 2 trades a week. That'll give me $40 a day to trade with. Okay, $80 divided by 2, right? $40 a day. You can only trade 2 days a week. $40 a day, right? $40 a day. We got it. Boom. Here we go. So with the MES, right? With the MES is 5. We're gonna do it on futures because it's easy to calculate on futures. Options, it'll be the same thing. You just figure out how much money you can risk and then how much the contracts cost, right? So $40 per day. If you want to take 1 trade a day, right? It's $5 a point for the MES. 40 divided by 5, right? You can risk up to 8 points, right? You can risk up to 8 points per trade if you want to trade 1 time per day, right? You can risk up to 8 points if you want to trade 1 time per day, right? So if you mess around and catch a trade where it only take you to trade risk 3 points or 4 points, like we did the other day when we was looking at the DR example, and it was a risk to reward where you was only risking 3 points to get into this trade, right? that affords you an opportunity to take more than one trade that day, right? This just says, hey, I got to be more selective with my trades, right? I got to be more selective with my trades, right? So trading twice a week, one trade per day, right? Risking 8 points per trade, right? Twice a week, one trade per day, risking 8 points per trade. And, you know, you figure out what risk to reward you want to go. Sometimes you have a base risk to reward. You say I'm risking 8 to make 24. You're doing a 3-to-1, or you say the max is 8, but I'm gonna let the trade dictate how much I'm risking, no more than 8, and how much I'm going for. You may risk 5, you may risk 6, you may risk 8, depending on the trade setup, and you may be going for, you know what I'm saying, 16, you may be going for 32. You decide that. But once you know how much you can risk, stick to your script. Boom. Only trade twice a week. Only risk 8 points per trade. If you went through and you lost 10 trades in a row, you know what I'm saying? If you went and lost 10 trades in a row on this right here, that'll be $400. Right? You went and lost 10 trades in a row, that'll be $400, right? 8,000 minus 400. You still got $7,600, and you lost 10 trades in a row, right? Your account not busted, your account not dead, your account not killed. Why? Because you manage your risk, right? You manage your risk. You backwards engineered your risk, right? You backwards engineered your risk. You've been trading for 5 weeks, losing 2 trades a week. If you and that'll let you know, I don't need to be live trading right now, because I've been doing this for 5 weeks, and I done lost every trade I took for 5 weeks. That'll let you know quick. I need to go back to the drawing board, but you only lost 400 out of your 8,000. Your account not blown. You know what I'm saying? Your feelings a little hurt because you realize I ain't good as I thought I was. I need to go back here and study and back test and do a little bit more. I know that ain't what you asked me, but that's what I said. I done got hot too. Let me take that beanie off. Can't take off my sweatshirt because I ain't got on nothing but a tank top. But work on your mindset first. Work on your mindset first. The Mental Game of Trading was a good book that helped me with my mindset. And then once you get your mindset together, first thing you want to work on is risk management, right? First thing you want to work on is risk management. Figure out because can't nobody tell you how much to risk. Figure out a realistic number that you do not mind losing. You know what I'm saying? Realistically. And think realistic. Like, if I just go through a slump and I just can't get it right for several weeks, if I'm risking this small amount over these several weeks of this slump, how much detriment will that do to my account? Will that do to my bottom line? You know what I'm saying? Figure out a realistic number. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to say risk 1%, risk 0.5%, risk 2%, risk 5%. If you got a small account, risk 5%. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you got a small account, you need to risk less money, because if you got a small account, you're new. You're new. If you got a small account, you're new. You know what I'm saying? If you start out with $2,000 and grow that $2,000 in a sensible manner, you know what I'm saying, over a few years, up to $100,000, you so experienced, you can afford to put on more risk. You can afford to risk 5% when you get $100,000. You can afford to risk 5% because you done built it from 2. you so fire with it. You can, man, when you a rookie, you don't want to risk a whole. They don't throw the rookie quarterback in for the championship game. They'll put a hurt veteran in who can't even hardly walk in the game before they put the rookie in. The veteran got to be drugged out, half bleeding, half dead before they put the rookie in the championship game, because the risk to reward ain't there with the rookie. You feel me? I done got all off track, man. Good evening, Pastor. What's up, cool? You welcome, Finding Superman. So on a 50,000 funded account where your max drawdown is 25. Wait a minute, 2,500. 2,500 is your real account. Yes. So if I'm glad you said that, Chris. If you got a $50,000 account, right, and they tell you that your max drawdown is $2,500, right there, forget the fact that you got a $50,000 account. Right there, you say, I got a $2,500 account. Right there. I got a $2,500 account, right? And then, so then you, if they ain't putting no pressure on you on what you gotta make, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't putting no pressure on you and what you got, like they ain't giving you no quota. I don't know how funded accounts work. I don't know if they give you no quota or nothing like that right there. But if they ain't putting no pressure on you and saying you got to make this amount of money every week, you got to make this amount of money every day. If they ain't got no pressure on you like that, you be like, okay, I got a $2,500 account, right? 2,500. That's all the money I got, right? I ain't got that other 47.5 over there. You know what I'm saying? Is my math mathing? Is my math mathing? 47.5. Yeah, my math mathing. I ain't even got that other 47.5 over there. I got 2,500. You know what I'm saying? So then you be like, okay, this how I'm gonna trade this account. I ain't messing with the big boy. I ain't messing with the ES. I'm only trading the MES. I'm only trading the MNQ. What I'm only trading the small babies, right? I'm doing the MES. That I ain't worried about nothing. I'm doing the MES. I got 2,500. That's the size of my account, right? Okay, boom. I'm gonna risk 1% of my account, right? I'm risking 1% of my account every trading week, right? Every trading week, I'm risking 1% of my account. I ain't even risking 1% per day. I'm risking 1% of my account every trading week, right? That way, you ain't got no chance in the world of blowing your account, right? I'm risking 1% of my account every week, right? So 2,500 times 0.01, $25, right? So I'm risking $25, right, every week. They ain't putting no pressure on me saying this how much you got to make. I ain't got no pressure. I ain't got no pressure. Boom. I'm trading the MES, right? Trading MES. 25 divided by 5 is $5 per point. I can risk 5 points per trade, right? 5 points per trade. So, boom. You go in there and you say, okay, I can risk 5 points per trade. I got to start out laser focused, only taking prime real estate trades. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to rush. I'm taking prime real estate trades. The setup got to be absolute obvious. You know what I'm saying? Absolute obvious. Prime real estate, they happen all the time. We see them all the time. I can only risk 5 points, right? I'm gonna start out light, going for, you know what I'm saying, at least I'm only taking trades that's gonna give me at least 10 points, right? I'm only taking trades that's gonna give me at least 10 points, because I'm risking 5. And so if I get stopped at, I can't trade no more this week. I'm spending the rest of the week just studying and trying to pick the right entries, studying all week long. If I get stopped out on this first trade, studying the rest of the week, right? So boom, go in, 5 points, boom, you hit it, you hit your trade, you good. Now you can trade. You ain't lost nothing yet. Boom, you can trade. Then when you come in and you hit your percentage, if you mess around and go in and you hit your percentage for the week, you stop right there. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say you hit 3 in a row, right? Boom, boom, boom. You hit 3 in a row for 10 points, right? You hit 3 in a row for 10 points. Now, let me see, 3. Let me see, 5 times 10. That's $50 times 3, right? So now, plus 2,500, right? So now you got 2,650 because you hit 3 in a row, right? You hit 3 in a row, right? Times 0.01, right? So 2650, right? 5 times 5, $25. So you hit 3 trades and you lose 1. Boop! You can't trade no more that week, right? You hit 3 trades and you lose 1. You had 150 from the 3 in a row you hit, minus 25 because you got stopped out on 1. Boop! You stop trading for the week, and now at the end of the week, you got, what was that? 125 plus now you got 2625 at the end of the week, right? Boop! You stop trading. You ain't trading no more because you lost that. You lost your 1%. That's it. But you still up. Now you finish the rest of your week and you looking. They ain't putting no pressure on you on how much money you gotta make. You know what I'm saying? And you just slowly build it up. You slowly build it up until you get to the point where you can start trading the big boy. You get to the point, you know what I'm saying? But you just slow, because guess what? It's free money that somebody giving you to trade with, and you ain't risking nothing realistically. So don't go out there and blow it up. Don't go blow it up. But before you will be able to do this right here, what I just said, you got to work on this. Got to work on this. Got to work on that FOMO. You got to work on chasing. You got to work on second guessing yourself. You got to work on, you know what I'm saying? The second guessing and the chasing, all of that gets taken care of with back testing, real, doing it for real. Don't be cheating. Don't just be knowing where it's gonna go and take the trade because you know where it's gonna go. You got to take it. You got to take it like it's real. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't want to back test, just forward test, because back testing you can cheat. You know what I'm saying? But just forward test. You know what I'm saying? Sim trade every single day. You know what I'm saying? Just sim trade every single day because you don't know what's going to happen. Going back testing, you can cheat, but just sim trade every single day so you don't know what's going to happen. And that way you get real confident in your ability. You get real confident in your system, and then get your mind together. Books like The Mental Game of Trading, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Books that make you actually sit down and analyze yourself. What's my triggers? What made me want to chase that? What scared me when I got in that trade? How did I feel when I got in that trade? Once I started risking more money, was that more scary? You know what I'm saying? It make you analyze yourself, and then, you know what I'm saying? Then go live. Don't go live before you understand who you are as a trader. Understand who you are as a trader. Understand what triggers you. Because me, I went live before I understood who I was as a trader. You know what I'm saying? I thought I could handle this. I thought it didn't make me no difference. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sim just like real. I thought that. Nah, it ain't. It's totally different. You got to understand who you are as a trader before Tim had to come over here early to run his mouth. I see. I didn't get a chance to he didn't get a chance to preach sex. Shut up. Shut up. I used to head out to serve Deacon Board meeting. Shut up. I ain't heard from Junior. He said he was gonna be ready at 6:30. I ain't heard from him. Let me see. Let me see what's up with him. and then we'll get into it. Let me see what's up with Junior real quick, and then we'll get into it. For anybody who what's up? Are y'all still gonna be done soon? Hello? Are y'all gonna be done soon, or y'all still hanging out? Hello. I said, are y'all gonna be done soon, or y'all still hanging out? I'm still hanging out. All right. What is looking like? It's looking like y'all gonna be a while. How long's a while? I don't know, son. I'm just asking. I'll call you when I'm ready to leave. All right. All right, sir. So let's go to Trading View and look at the oh, let's highlight our friend Spalene before we look at the ES. If y'all don't know who Spalene is, that's our friend, S&P 500, the SPY, the SPY. Wrote a song for one. He'd go, Spalene, Spalene, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? What you doing on the 5 minute? Spalene, why you on the? Oh yeah, I was on my phone. In the Trading View app, and I put it on 5 minute. Since it's on 5 minute, let's break down the DR trade that I what y'all talking about? Get off my line, man. Okay, so first off, I think it's relatively easy to see right off the bat, but based off of the ICT methods that I trade personally, and the DR IDR stuff that I've been excuse me, that burp came out, that I've been studying, who can tell me what trade that I took today? Put it in the chat. I know this is the SPY, but same thing with the MES. We're going to flip over to the MES in a minute. Yes, it is. See, it's all the same. See, I just switched over to the what's name. It's still the same. Nobody, no guesses. Do Michelle got to be here to guess? No one guesses if Michelle's not here. No one guesses if Michelle. Let me give you a little bit more time to type it out. You might be typing slow. Rejection block? Nope. I don't trade rejection blocks personally. Based off the price action that we see right here in between the IDR range, right? I'm gonna highlight the whole of price action area that we looking at. Hey, wait, oh, I hit it. I forgot. I hit my favorites when I was on my phone. We're looking at this section of price action right here. Everything within the IDR, DR range right there. We're looking at that section of price action. I took the retirement trade off the fair value gap. There you go, right there. Robinson using the master's lingo. He's using the master's lingo, called the retirement trade off the fair value gap. Mendez said 11:30 hit an order block. He said 11:30 hit an order block. 11:30 right here. You talk about this one here, right there, because it depends which yours do it at the beginning of the candle or the end of the candle. If you do it at the beginning of the candle, it's that's 11:30. If you do it at the end of the candle, that's 11:30 there. What, a 15-minute candle or 5-minute candle? Okay, the fair value gap. I see a whole bunch of fair value gaps. Which one? You took the long on the retrace back to the look at Otis right there. Look at Otis right there. Boom. Now, looking at the price action, right? What the price action did, right? There is only one apparent retrace back to a fair value gap, and it's right here, right? And when I say apparent, right, because we came over here, we had heavy distribution up. We got the confirmation. We got an IDR confirmation here. We got a DR confirmation there, and then we fought with the DR high right here, and then we got a nice clean rejection off the DR high, right? We rejected, came all the way back down to a discount on the IDR range. This is the discount, this 50% between there and there, right? Came into the discount to this fair value gap right here, right? And we came, and it's pretty much almost to the opposite side. I still ain't really studied the retirement trade, how the professor, I mean the master be talking about it, but I know it's got something to do with going from one end to the other, and then you just catching the wave back the other way, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but that's kind of like what I'm thinking in my head, right? So we came down. If you look here, we hit it. Looked like we hit it wick for wick, right? I couldn't tell if it was wick for wick on my phone, but that's 38, 32, 25, and that's 38, 32, 25. So wick for wick right there. So boom, come down right there. The entry that I had set for it to come in was at 38.35 even, right? So we come to 38.35 even. That was the entry that I wanted, based off if you run fibs for the fair value gap. If I get it in the right spot, right? If you run fibs for the fair value gap right there, you see 50% is 38, 38, 25, right? But I said I want to see if it's gonna come back down to the open, and so I picked the price below the open, right? And I went for 38.35. Don't ask me why I picked 38.35. That's just, I just picked 38.35 because I like them 5, 0, 45. You know what I'm saying? I like them multiples of 5, right? That's why I picked 38.35. It was in the range. And then also, if you take 38.35, right, it puts you right below this IDR right there if you subtract 8 from that. If you subtract 8 from that, right? 38.35 minus 8, 38.27. That give you 38.27. So if you come to 38.27, voila, right there, right below the IDR low right there. So that was the logic behind me doing that. I wanted 38.35. When I did the math on it, it put the stop loss at a spot where I said, okay, if we keep coming down, hopefully we bounce off this little order block here. But if it want to keep going, it'll stop me out there, right? I ain't giving it more than my max risk. So that was the spot where I need to get picked up. And as you see on this 11:25/11:30, depending on how your platform name it, right here, it came down and it would have picked me up there, right? And I was giving it back to the DR high. That's what I was giving it back to the DR high in this, you know what I'm saying, in this trade. I wasn't doing my regular what's the name, because we had got the confirmation to the upside over here. So that's why I was giving it back to the DR high, because I was like, if we just gonna chop, I suspect we will at least go back to the DR high and then just chop inside the DR range. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to blast outside of the range or nothing like that. I just said, okay, I'm giving it back to the DR high. And then, as you see, it was a successful trade. It made it all the way back to the DR high. And let's see what the reward was on that trade. Is this a long trade we looking at? Long position, yes. So 38.35 right there. I was giving it to a DR high right there. And hey, look at that. Did it go right to the right spot? Close. Okay, so it was a 3.22 risk to reward trade. So it was a 3.2. So a little over 3-1. 3.22, right? Risk to reward on that trade right there. Right? Risking 0.21%, whatever. I don't know what that's based off of. I guess is whatever this fake account is set up to. I don't know. I don't know what this ties to, this percentage wise. Because I don't use TradingView for that, but it see it right there. Say you're risking 0.21% to get 0.67%, and that's a little over 3-1 right there. So it was a successful trade, and the reason behind me taking that trade, it was a combination of how I trade ICT concepts and the confirmation from the DR IDR, right? The way I trade ICT concepts, right? Looking at what price action was doing, we was consolidating here, took off heavy distribution up, consolidated there, right? You see in the London DR IDR, we had a confirmation to the upside, right? Had a confirmation to the upside with the London, right? So with trading ICT, this right here could have been a trade based off of what was confirmed in the London. But I don't trade DR, IDR like that. I ain't on the advanced level where I can bounce it off of the prior ones yet. I ain't to that speed yet. But I see the master talking about this all the time. And I watched this play out, right? I just was like, okay, I want to see if this is going to play out and bounce from here, right? I want to see if it's going to play out and bounce from here, and it did. But I wasn't counting that because that wasn't the trade that I was trying to take. I was mentally thinking about this right here, trying to get my mindset to how to use it between different times, right? Times a day, right? So price had came up, heavy distribution to the upside. We consolidated here up until from heavy distribution at the London Open. Consolidated throughout the rest of London up until like 9 o'clock or so. We started moving back down, hit this fair value gap. We had a breaking market structure to the downside, hit this fair value gap, push back up into this liquidity void right here. Well, stop just short of it. Did we tap it? Yeah, we tapped it. Tapped this liquidity void, tapped the top of that DR range, right? And then we came down again, had the little loopy swoop, and sold off hard down here into this fair value gap right over here and this mitigation block, right? Got this mitigation block and this fair value gap that we sold down into, and then we got the pang-yow, right? So when I saw the pang-yow, and then we got the confirmation up here, the pang-yow and the breaking market structure right there, we took it up, pang-yow, breaking market structure, right? We set a 10 order block right there, right at the top of the breaking market structure, right? We started consolidating up here after we got the confirmation on the DR and the IDR. Then we started selling back down, right? Once we got right here to this order block, we sold off hard, right? I was like, yes, I'm looking at the right area. I got happy right here because we had the breaking market structure right here, breaking market structure, right? We had the fair value gap right there, right? Then we started retracing back, right? Looking at the fair value gap, the top of the gap, pretty much at equilibrium. The bottom of the gap down here, 50% of it is up here somewhere. I was like, we probably going to attack the New York Open, right? And which we did. We attacked the New York Open. My entry was down here because we attacked that New York Open, popped up, came back down because I was like, we going to get this fair value gap. right? We're gonna get this fair value gap based off how we trading, right? I know we was gonna get it. I wasn't trying to get all the way down here, be a hero and get the absolute bottom, but I know we're gonna get it, put it in there. So that's my normal ICT setup, right? Consolidation, traded back to a fair value gap in a mitigation block, heavy distribution to the upside, breaking market structure, fair value gap, retrace, entry, ping out, gone. And I only gave it to the top of the DR because I wasn't expecting a whole lot more. I wasn't expecting a whole lot more based off how it was trading and based off of the news we hey Otis based off the news we got coming up. Now we kind of broke down the price action already, but let's just look at it again without talking about the DR and the IDR and the EIEIO, right? We didn't get a chance. We kind of talked about it on the Discord, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it this morning because I had an appointment last night at around 10 o'clock. The Bank of Japan put out some news about they was adjusting the range of their 10-year, letting it swing like 50 basis points in either direction, and that shook up the world. Everything on earth died. Indices, bonds, everything died, right? That was that news that came out around 10 o'clock last night, right? So everything died. The algos used that to come down to that 4-hour fair value gap that we have been looking at way across him, right? The 4-hour fair value gap that we was talking about when I was like, hey, we got a 4-hour fair value gap over here that we may get down to, that I'm keeping my eyes on right here. We came just short of filling the whole fair value gap in, right? The algos use that to push all the way down into that fair value gap, and then we got heavy rejection off of that that 4-hour fair value gap once we went all the way down, right? Once we went all the way down there. Then after we came all the way down there, we started fighting our way back, push back up, consolidated here. Hey, let's check this fib extension, this fib projection right there. Let's see what that's working with. Go from the low to the consolidation, see what's happening with that. Gonna put it at the consolidation. Let's go to the close of this candle before we started consolidating, right? Let's put the 50% right there. Boop, look at that. We put the 50%, and we put the 50% right there on that candle when we first started consolidating, the close of that candle when we started consolidating. Then that puts us right at the next consolidation, right? No fib extensions hitting, man. It fib, even if we went to the high, if we would go to the high of those, that area right there, it still got all the way up to the high of the next consolidation. Man, them fib extensions, I mean, them fib projections be hitting. I ain't even gonna hold you. Those be hitting. If you in sync with the bias of the algos, them fib extensions be, I mean, them fib projections be hitting. Okay, so we when the London opened up here, we were still consolidating, right? And then at 3:30, we got a bang out, took off, came almost back to the top of the what's the name? Almost back to the top of the fair value gap right there. This 15-minute fair value gap came almost there. We stopped, consolidated, got a confirmation, an IDR confirmation to the upside, which is an early confirmation up. We fought with the DR high, got a nice rejection off the DR high, stopped right here at this 15-minute fair value gap. Then we took off and got a confirmation to the upside with a nice break, right? Rejected off of it one time, went down below, blasted above it again, came back down below, right? Hit this fair value gap, consolidated there, and then right at 9:30, we dropped down deep into the fair value gap, came down into the order block, giving us the move from this DR IDR confirmation right there. Boom. That could somebody could have taken two IDR trades based off of this long from the London right there. That would have been a beast of a trade, right? You could have been targeting that high, right? And then when you got the confirmation, over here, we got an IDR confirmation over here and a DR that's just a DR confirmation. Got a DR confirmation there, came back down to this on the 15-minute, it's an order block. But you know what? I keep forgetting on here, these lines be moving. These lines be moving on TradingView, but we already know how it worked out from looking at it on the lower. But it came down to this order block. Looking at the 15-minute, we know it came down to a 5-minute fair value gap, but we're just looking at the 15-minute right now. Same thing. ICT call that nested PD arrays, right? On the 15-minute, you coming down to an order block, right? On the 5-minute, it's coming down to a fair value gap. That fair value gap is nested inside this order block. For anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to mark out the order block, right? Mark out the order block, and then let me change the color of that so we'll know what we're looking at. Right, mark out the order block, and then we're going to drop down to 5 minutes. Drop down to 5 minutes, and right, as you see right here, this is the order block, and this is the fair value gap. So you got nested PD arrays, right? We came down to the 15-minute order block, and we also came down to this 5-minute fair value gap that's inside this 15-minute order block right there. And we come into the mean threshold of the order block and completely filling in the nested fair value gap right there. ICT called them nested PD arrays. The fair value gap is nested inside the order block, came down to the mean threshold of the order block, which also filled in the 5-minute fair value gap. So if you're watching it on the 5-minute, you were trading the fair value gap. If you was watching it on the 15-minute and you happen to be an order block trader, that was where we at right here. That was your order block right there. Even if you was a fair value gap trader on the 15-minute, there's a 15-minute fair value gap right there. You know what I'm saying? Your stop loss would have been down here somewhere anyway, but the little overshoot of that fair value gap. So you had a fair value gap and an order block trade right there. We got the Pang Owl, came back down. This the trade we was talking about early when we came back down to there. Then we pushed up, dilly-dadded a little bit throughout lunch, pushed up, took out the buy-side liquidity on the day, came back and consolidated right here at the DR high up until 2:15. Then at 2:15, we came back down, failed to take out the short-term sell side. We got a break in market structure here, but we failed to take out the short-term sell side where we came down to this fair value gap and got a rejection off of it right there at the equilibrium of the DR range. We came back down, didn't take out the sell side, and got another rejection off of it. Pushed back up to this order block here. Got a rejection off of the IDR high. Got a big rejection off of the IDR high. Came back down. Still did not take out the sell side again. Set some relative equal lows right there after the clock. The clock in, this was the last candle right there. That's 1600. So this the last candle right here. No, here. 1600. This was the last candle right here. So we closed right there. Then after the clock came down a little bit, pushed up until 5 o'clock, and then at the overnight open, we still pushing up, trying to get back up here and see if we can take out that buy side. Seeing if we can take out this buy side. Now, that's the step-by-step walkthrough of the price action. Looking at it on a daily, right? Let's see what we did. We closed in the middle of the road. We closed right back in the middle of the road, right? Will we hang out there waiting for news throughout the rest of the week? I don't know. Will we start to make that move right now, baby? I don't know. Which way does the market want to go? Do it want to go up? Now, we have started a typical bearish week. Let's see how it plays out. Remember, bearish scenario 2. Bearish scenario. What's these little wrenches mean? Do anybody know what them little wrenches mean? Oh, they say vertical line. What these little chains mean? Them little links. Okay. I wonder what them little chains mean. Bearish scenario 2 is still in play, but we said we're going to come down on Monday, get a turnaround Tuesday, then slide to the right until GDP and PCE. The algos don't like the news, and we sell off. Right? Bullish scenario 2 is still in play also, where we sell down on Monday, get a turnaround Tuesday, then slide to the right until GDP, PCE, the algos like GDP and PCE, and we take off. Right? So bullish scenario 2 and bearish scenario 2 is still in play. We came down Monday, right? We had a turnaround Tuesday, right? And then we just hung out. We just hung out around the equilibrium of the SPY, I think. Yes. We hung out we right around equilibrium of the SPY, right? We closed a hair above the SPY's equilibrium, and we closed a hair below Monday's equilibrium, right? On the SPY. On the ES, we closed a little bit lower than equilibrium, but now the market's acting like it's trying to make its way back to equilibrium ahead of what news do we have tomorrow? Is it consumer confidence? What's coming out tomorrow? Is it consumer confidence? Or Wednesday? Yes, consumer confidence. We got consumer confidence at 10 a.m. What is current account? What is that? Difference between import, export. Don't know what that is. But we got consumer confidence in the morning at 10 a.m. Final GDP at 8:30 on Thursday, along with unemployment numbers that we get every week at 8:30. So that's where we are. That's where we're at. That's the price action for the day. Yep, that's it. That's price action for the day. We got a real long wick off of this, a real heavy reaction off of that right there. The market acting like it's trying to set up a typical bullish week, but news trumps charts. So let's see how it worked out. Last week we set up a typical bearish week where we came out Monday, Tuesday, set the high of the week, reacted heavy off of it after running out the buy side liquidity, right? Heavy reaction, right? Took out the buy side liquidity, right? And then sold down, right? We took out sell side below the consolidation. Mind you, we still have sell side below these lows, and we got sell side below these lows down here, right? Which sell side are the algos happy with? Are they happy with this sell side that we just took out? Are they going to stop at this order block that they set? Came down, set an order block here, pushed up, touched that order block, set an order block there, pushed up, consolidated. Now we've come back to this order block with a nice reaction after hitting the order block, right? We hit the order block, hit the order block, reaction, came down to the fair value gap inside the order block, reaction. Now, it's looking like it want to set up a bullish week, but news trumps charts. Let the news push it where it want to go, then enter your trade. Appreciate it. Let me see. Tim, look up the master on YouTube. Can't post the link. Just the link to the page or a certain video? You want the link to the page or a certain video? You're welcome. Oh, you talking to him. I take my you welcome back. You appreciate that, Otis. I just ran with what I pressed button, put in the Discord, but it's very clear I've never traded this calmly in my life. So just certain video. What video? I don't know. What y'all talking about? What video y'all talking about? From the master page. What video are y'all talking about? The IDR stuff? If you talk about the IDR stuff, playlist DR IDR right here. No, I don't want to look at it. Okay, so this is his DR IDR playlist. It's only a couple videos in here that's okay. You got wait a minute. That's part 2. Okay. Okay, so this part 1. This is no, get out of here. Okay, so this is, I think this is part 1. Part 2. It says part 2. When you in there, they be saying part 1, part 2. How does he have this? Part 2 advanced, part 3. Okay, part 3. It's all out of order. Because when I looked at it, it was like part 1, part 2, and part 3. And then they had like a couple short ones in there that didn't do anything. Like this right here, that was just a trade. That was just a recap. So I think it was this one, and then that one. Those were the main ones about talking about how to use it. And then I think it was like a couple live, like Pillar Talk and some other stuff. And then it was another guy who broke it down real good too. It was another guy from inside the he broke it down like really good. So let me see. This is the master, right? This is the one who came up with the strategy, right? Okay, boom. So that's the link to this playlist right here. And it was, I think it was like this first one, and then part 2, and then part 3. Like these are just like some examples, I think. So that one, and part 3. That's what teach you how to actually do the strategy, right? So boom. Those are the most important ones out of there. And then it's like some other gems inside the Pillar Talk and stuff like that. But that's pretty much him just going through back testing and showing you how. But this is how you actually learn it. And then it's another dude. It's another dude in there. Dollar Dan. Right? Dollar Dan. He ain't got no playlist. I thought he had a playlist. Okay, Dollar Dan. He got how to blend ICT concepts, advanced. This part 2. and then how to blend ICT concepts. So these two videos here. So this one here, this is part 1. All right, this is part 1. This is dope. This one here is dope right here. He break down. He got it's 2 different, like it's part 1. He go through he got 4 examples. He go through the first 2 examples on that video there, and then this is part 2. No, that's part 1. Then this is part 2 over here, and he go through the second 2 examples in this video right here, where he go through and he break down how he blend ICT concepts right there. So boom. So look at the master videos. Look at part 1, 2, and 3, right? So you get an understanding of what that DR IDR is. Look at part 1, part 2, and part 3. And I don't think part 1 say part 1. I think part 1 just say something about secret explained or something like that. Yes, top secret trading strategy revealed. That's part 1, right? And then top secret trading strategy part 2, and then top secret trading strategy part 3. Look at those 3. That's gonna teach you what the DR IDR is, and teach you about what it is. Teach you how he like break it down over the separate times, and then tell you about like the I think that's the one. I think he tell you about getting the indicator. I'm not sure. But then once you watch that, look at this video right here. That's part 1 from Dan Dollar. That's part 1 from Dan Dollar. This one right here is like how to blend ICT concepts with DR IDR. That's a dope video. And then watch this one right here. That's part 2 from Dan Dollar, how to blend ICT concepts with DR and IDR advanced techniques. That's a dope video there too. The scary part is that the master said this is just the beginning. Yeah. Now look here, Matt. Now, let me come on full screen and say this right here. Don't go into like analysis paralysis and like feel like, oh, this is something brand new that I got to learn. It really ain't nothing brand new to learn. The only thing like you really want to focus on is using it as another sense of bias confirmation, but you still, because you can't blindly go off of the confirmation, right? You have to already understand how you're going to trade. Like, even if you don't trade ICT concepts, I trade ICT concepts. You still got to understand the narrative. What's the narrative? What's the bias? You know what I'm saying? Are we in a premium? Are we in a discount? You know what I'm saying? And already have your groundwork laid, and then start watching the DR IDR range. And if it confirms with your bias, you know what I'm saying, that's just another layer of confluence, right? If it goes against your bias, then that can be a cue to like, okay, let me go and double check what I'm seeing. I may have missed something. You know what I'm saying? I may have missed something, and then you go and be like, nah, I still see what I see. For example, like if you let's look at today was pretty clear cut, so today may not be a good example, but let's just see real quick. All right, let me just get a box real quick and see what we ran into back here. I'm just gonna run this back here. All right, nothing here. We ain't got nothing here on the daily. We got nothing there on the daily. Let's see if there's anything. Let's go 4 hour. All right. Let's peek this right here. So came down. This low did not break through. Wait a minute. Nope. Yep. This low did not break a high. We traded through it, right? So now that gives us this humongous mitigation block right there, right? They give us a humongous mitigation block right there. All right. So take everything else. I'm just gonna leave it that color, right? On the 4 hour. Let me change it to this so I know what time frame it is. That's gonna be bearish. I don't have mitigation blocks, so I'm just gonna pick out an order block, bearish, right? Bearish mitigation block on the 4 hour, right? Okay, now let's go down 5-minute chart. Now, so now here we go. You come over here and you're looking at this right here, right? You coming up, just say you was watching this here and you got scared and you didn't take this trade, or you was trying to get picked up 50% of this bottom fair value gap and it didn't get you, right? It didn't get you. Your entry was right here. Let's just say your entry, let's say your entry was right here. You want to go long at 50% of this fair value gap, boom, right? You want to go long right there. You was giving it to the bottom of the DR and you were shooting for the top of the DR. Wherever it stopped, that's where I'm putting it. Boom, you were shooting for there, right? It didn't pick you up, right? You like, God dog it, I didn't get my trade, right? So then you watching, you get another confirmation to the upside, but then you notice, man, we right there on a mitigation block. So I expect price to drop when it hit this mitigation block, right? So when it come back down into this area right here, you wouldn't be trying to drop lower to find an entry right here, because you know, okay, we probably going to drop off of this area right here. So I'm not looking to go long right now because we just hit a mitigation block. So it's like you taking the confirmation there, but it's going against this higher time frame mitigation block. So you're like, whoa, wait a minute. This higher time frame mitigation block gonna work out better than me trying to go long right here. Let me either, you know what I'm saying, drop to a lower time frame to take a short off this, or I'm just gonna wait for it to pull back and give me a long entry down here. Because when you see the setup for the confirmation, you don't just go in there, you wait for your entry, either long or short, right? And so you wait for your entry, and then you get over here, you come back over here, and you find your way up, and you get another confirmation to the upside right there, right? So then when you come back down right there, you look in here, you like, okay, we hit the mitigation block there, right? We hit the mitigation block there, we sold off. We fought our way back to the mitigation block, and we took our buy side, right? Once we take our buy side, what are we expecting, right? We're expecting for price to come back to at least equilibrium right here. This is equilibrium right there for the DR range, right? That's equilibrium for the DR range, right? If you go from here to there on that price leg, right? From that price leg to there, equilibrium is right about there for this price leg. But for the DR range, equilibrium, you know what I'm saying? Close enough for government work, right? So once you take out buy side, you're expecting price to come to at least equilibrium. But look here, you got a confirmation to the upside. you had to retrace back to a fair value gap at break and market structure right there. Little Timmy Rogers ain't trying to go long right there. I ain't trying to go long right there because we just took out buy side and we still have not come back down to equilibrium yet, right? We still ain't come back down to equilibrium yet. We still in the premium of the range. So I ain't trying to go long there. Yeah, it's a nice little scalp, but look at there. Look what happened. Came up there to the scalp, boot, and then sold off, right? Now you got water in your eyes because if you went long there, your stop loss probably was here, right? You popped up, got excited, then it came down and stopped you out. But that's why I say you want to, that's water. Hello? You ready? All right, I'm getting ready to leave now. All right, I'm done running my mouth, man. I'll see y'all in the morning at 9 o'clock for the overnight price action. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today. Let the people that you love know that you love them. Don't just say it. Don't just show it. Say it, show it, and confirm it. Speak their love language so they'll understand it. Don't live with the regret that little Timmy Rogers lived with by putting off till tomorrow what he could have done that day. Let the people that you love know that you love them, especially your parents and your kids, everybody. Everybody, we are family. Tell each other you love. Hey, I love you, Robinson. You my dude. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all pull up in the morning at 9 o'clock if you ain't busy, and let's talk about this overnight price action. Until then, man, I see you. Gone.